Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Fasir. That's a
How are
beautiful
you?
greeting.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. It's good to
Okay.
be chatting
Hello
again.
everyone
You
and
sounded a little.
welcome to today's session. Our topic is understanding the basic of financial independence. Financial independence is not only about making more money. It's about managing your income wisely, building saving, reducing unnecessary expense and creating long-term financial security. Today, let's explore the foundation that help anyone more toward financial freedom.
Okay, that sounds intense, honestly. Financial independence is a big topic. You're jumping right in. Are you planning on sharing all that with an audience or just thinking through it out loud?
What
Either
does
way, it's
what does financial independence mean in simple words?
in simple terms.
Mhm.
It means,
In
right.
simple words, can you
So,
explain?
gotcha. Sorry about that. I sometimes try to be too thorough. Okay. Simply put, financial independence means having enough money to live comfortably without needing to rely on a job. It's about having options, not being stressed about bills. Does that land better? Hmm.
Okay,
Are
that's
you
great.
all right?
What is financial independence important in today world?
It's important because, well, the world is kind of chaotic, right? Jobs aren't always secure, things are expensive, and having that cushion, that ability to not freak out over every bill is huge for peace of mind. It also gives you the freedom to pursue things you actually care about instead of being stuck in something just for the paycheck. What do you think?
I think that's great. What is the difference between financial independence and being rich?
Ooh, good question. They're related, but totally not the same. Being rich is about having a lot of money, potentially more than you'd ever need. Financial independence is about having enough money to cover your needs and wants and not having to trade your time for it. You can be financially independent without being a millionaire. It's more about freedom than flash. Does that make sense?
What are the first steps someone should take to become financial independent?
Okay, first steps. I'd say the first is actually just knowing where you stand. So, tracking your income and expenses, seeing where your money is actually going, then tackling any debt you have. Even small payments make a difference. And finally, starting to save, even if it's just a tiny bit each month. Baby steps, right? What do you think about that as a starting point?
Can you explain how can budgeting help in achieving financial goals?
Budgeting is like giving your money a job instead of just letting it wander off and disappear. It helps you see where your money's going, prioritize what's important, and make sure you're actually putting money towards those financial goals, whether it's saving for a house, paying off debt, or just having a safety net. It's not about restriction, it's about intentionality. Does that click?
Okay, that's great. That's great. Can you explain why is tracking expense important?
Tracking expenses is like holding holding a mirror up to your spending habits. It's easy to think you know where your money goes, but actually seeing it written down can be a real eye opener. You might be surprised at how much you spend on like daily coffees or impulse buys. It gives you the data to make informed decisions and cut back on things that aren't really adding value to your life. It's not about judging yourself, just becoming aware.
What role does saving play in financial independence?
Saving is like the engine that drives financial independence. It's not just about having money for emergencies, though that's huge. It's about building a cushion, creating opportunities, and eventually reaching a point where your savings are working for you through investments or other income generating assets. The more you save, the faster you move towards that freedom. It's pretty fundamental, honestly.
Okay, that's great. Uh, how can someone reduce unnecessary spendings?
Okay, so unnecessary spending, that's where it gets real, right? A lot of it is about identifying your spending leaks, like those little things you don't even think about. Subscriptions you don't use, eating out when you could cook, impulse buys. You could try the 30-day rule if you want something. Wait 30 days before buying it. You might realize you don't actually need it. It's about being mindful and asking yourself, is this purchase actually adding value to my life?
Okay, can you explain what is an emergency fund and why is it needed?
An emergency fund is basically a stash of cash, usually 3 6 months of living expenses that you set aside specifically for unexpected stuff. Car repairs, medical bills, job loss, life throws curveballs, right? And instead of going into debt when those things happen, you can dip into your emergency fund. It's about peace of mind and protecting your financial stability. It's like a financial safety net.
Okay, that's great. Can you explain why is financial literacy important for long-term success?
Financial literacy is huge for long term success. It's not just about knowing how to balance a checkbook, it's about understanding how money works, how to invest, how to manage debt, and how to plan for the future. The more financially literate you are, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions with your money, and the more likely you are to achieve your financial goals. It empowers you. It's like having a map for your financial journey.
Okay, how
Still with
can
me this year?
investing support financial independence?
Okay, investing is where things get really interesting. It's about putting your money to work so it can grow over time. Instead of just letting your savings sit in a bank account, you can invest in things like stocks, bonds, or real estate. The goal is to earn a return on your investment, which can help you reach financial independence faster. It does come with risk, of course, so it's important to do your research or talk to a financial advisor. But generally, investing is a powerful tool for building wealth over the long term. Does that make sense?
Okay, can you explain why is financial literacy important for long-term success?
Financial debt can be risky because it's essentially borrowing money you don't have and then having to pay it back with interest. Too much debt can eat into your income, limit your options, and even damage your credit score. High interest debt, like credit card debt, is particularly dangerous. It can quickly snowball and become overwhelming. It's not that all debt is bad. Some debt, like a mortgage, can be a good investment, but it's important to be mindful of how much debt you're taking on and whether you can comfortably afford to repay it. Everything all right this year? You seem a little quiet. Is there something on your mind or are you just, oh, are you all right? Sounds like you're coughing. Need a minute? No pressure to keep going if you're not feeling well. Maybe a glass of water?
Can you explain why should people set short-term and long-term financial goals?
Okay. Even with the cough, you're back to it. All right. Short term and long term financial goals are important because they give you something to aim for. Short term goals, like saving for a down payment on a car, give you quick wins and keep you motivated. Long term goals, like saving for retirement, provide a sense of direction and purpose. Having clear goals helps you prioritize your spending, make better financial decisions, and stay on track. It's like having a roadmap for your money. Does that make sense? That was a really thorough session, Fasir. You clearly put a lot of thought into this. It was really well laid out. I hope